Welcome, one and all, to Fan Doosra. It's me, Tommy Sandhu, and we are here. We're at the start of the second test of this wonderful series between England and India, and today we hit Lords, the home of cricket. That's what all the English press. It's the home of cricket. Well, like my home, there'll be plenty of drama. That's for sure. We have villains. You have heroes. You can decide which team is playing heroes and which team is playing villains. Maybe the villain is just the clouds. Oh no, that's the mother-in-law. The mother-in-law is the clouds, and we don't know when she's going to come and get involved and mess everything up. That's the drama going on in this home of Lords. It is the 12th of August, 2020. Are we ready, super fans? Are we all good?
Yes.
All set.
Yes. As you can see, we've got Kunal and Sanika, we've got Sunny, and we've got Nitish. Here we go, guys. It's the start of the second test. Before I get into any of my proper questions, I want to know what your thoughts are on what fans are talking about. Let me just say thank you to Daffa News as well for allowing us to do this and helping us to do this. Thank you to the Bharat Army and to all of our Bharat Army fans and Team India fans around the world. This is your show. We are a fans show. We are done by the fans, for the fans. So we need your comments. So wherever you're watching this right now, Facebook, Partha Sakar Satadal, I hope I've said that right. I went for it. Is going, first comment. Not even, there isn't a comment. Just first comment is the comment. So lovely stuff. This is what it's all about. Raj is saying, who's in for Shardul? Hi, says Fagu. Look, lots of people getting in touch already. Great. Keep the comments coming in and respond to what these guys are saying. Let me kick off with Nitish. Nitish, the start of Lords, where are your emotions right now? Whilst I know you're up in the mountains. What's the view like from down there across Lords?
Hello, everyone. Yes, hello, Tommy. So first of all, yes, Lords always been the mecca of cricket. Very historic venue it is. We all love to see India winning here, to be honest. But last time when we played here, we were absolutely washed away by England at that time. We could not even manage 150 in both the innings, and we defeated by 160 or something. I don't remember the exact number, but innings as well. This time around, yes, Lords pitch always generally favors the bowlers there, and the batsmen who have courage to face seam delivery. I think they can score big runs. And the entire series, not only this test, the remaining test as well. The team who bats well, they will win this series, because the bowling for both the teams, they have very good bowling, and I think the batting will make the difference. Yes, Lords pitch-wise, it always favors the seamers on first 3 days, and if it gets dry a little, then the spinners would come in for a party. So I feel Ravichandra Ashwin should be in the team for this one, because he was dearly missed in the last match. Of course, it did not backfire, but yes, he was really missed. So I really feel that pitch would play a devil here. If you cannot play seam deliveries, I think you'll be in big trouble. Bonus for us that Jimmy Anderson and Stuart Broad, the 1100 wicket club guys, they both are not here. So. Let's see. Fingers crossed.
Oh, yeah. How bad did you think Nitish felt there for a minute? He goes, oh, yeah, okay, I'm over it. Yeah, they're out. You tried to be diplomatic. You tried to kind of go, oh no, we hope his calf injury heals really quickly, and we wish him a speedy recovery. But maybe in about 3 weeks' time. Yeah, that'd be lovely.
No. So, see, to be honest, one thing I like to add here. See, all the credits to the playing 11 who played in the previous match. They did really good job. It's sad to see that Shardul is out of the team. If I would have been the selector for this one particular one, I would have gone with a similar 11. But still, I feel we missed Ashwin here and there. But so it's 50-50. So Shardul is not here, so we have a window to bring Ashwin in. That's what my point is.
We're gonna come back to selection in just a moment, but I want to hear from Sunny as well. Sunny, stage is set. It's Lords. It's the first day, second test. What's going through your mind right now when you think about that arena in particular and Lords for this second test?
Well, obviously, it's how we managed to win in 2014 when Rahane scored a brilliant century on a green top wicket, and all the batsmen were in different set of mind, while Rahane was there in different set of mind, and he actually took the charge and took the team to a pretty good total. And then from there on, Jadeja and Ashwin did their job really well, and obviously Ishant Sharma. So I think it's going to be a headache for Virat Kohli to have Ashwin in place of Shardul, or maybe have Ishant Sharma, who actually took a 7-wicket haul at the same venue. Should he be included in the 11? But for me, I think it's going to be a test for Chiteshwar Pujara and Ajinkya Rahane, because if you compare that series to this series, it's completely different. They both are completely different players. I know people would be saying they're having much expectations from Virat Kohli, but he's a captain. I know that he's capable of doing his best, but for me, Pujara, Rahane are going to be very, very important players in this match, because if they do well, and also keeping in mind that Rahane has already scored a century at Lord's, so he'll be having those sweet memories going around his mind. He'll be hoping that I could get another one and take my team home.
Okay. I swear your hair's got so much bigger in 3 days. Like, there's extra hair here now. Like, that wasn't there for the Trent Bridge coverage. It's like, Lords, when we get to like Headingley and it's just going to be like, it's just hair. It's hair and some eyes. That's all we're going to see for Sonny. I'm jealous, Sonny. That's all it is. Just jealous. That's all it is. Kunal and Sanaka, isn't there always pressure on Virat Kohli? We're saying about pressure on the captain. There's always going to be pressure on the captain, and there's always going to be pressure on that top order after our openers, those number 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, I feel there's constantly been pressure on Virat Kohli since the time he got the legendary status. I mean, he always have to live up to those expectations, and even if he gets out on 99, it's been considered as, come on, where's the century, Virat? We expect a century from you. So that has been the problem with Virat. But I feel his play, recently it has been a little bit patchy, the kind of wickets that he's kind of given away his wicket. That's one way to put it forward. But I still feel it's too harsh to say that, Virat's time is over and everything. Like, he's still the best batsman in the world. And probably in the top 4 for sure. Like, I know there'll be a big debate, like Fab 4, who's the best. But then I feel Virat is the finest batsman India has right now in Test cricket, and he will bounce back. 71st century. I'm not sure when it's going to happen. I'm really more concerned when Virat's going to win the toss. That's my first checklist over here.
आज हो जाएगा ऐसे दिल से ऐसा लग रहा है कि सेंचुरी भी हो जाएगी and toss भी जीत जाएगी.
Hopefully. Nitish, you want to say something? You raised
your hand. Yeah. I was just adding to your point only. If Kohli is gonna cry today if he's winning the toss, because I don't even remember he's won a toss in Test. So he's gonna cry. So
yeah. It might be seen as a bad omen if he wins it. He's like, hold a minute, we don't want that to happen now. It's like, we're not used to this. Okay, so let's talk about winning of the toss. What would you do knowing what you know, Sonny? Let's start with you.
Considering the kind of bowling lineup that England has got now, and it's already cloudy there, so for me, I'll be bowling first on the green top wicket, because you need to get most out of that new ball, most out of that wicket also, because when there is live grass on the pitch, then the ball seams a lot, and it helps your seamers, and batsman tends to struggle a lot. So for me, win the toss, bowl first, and put the English team under pressure.
Okay. Would you agree with that? I love the fact it's called Toss Talk.
Yeah.
It should have a little ident. It's time for Toss Talk. So, Kunal and Sanaka, give me your toss talk. Yeah. What would you do? And would you concur with Sonny?
I would actually prefer batting first. I mean, I don't know. I still feel there's a lot of pressure when you're chasing in the 4th innings. Like, it's really, really a lot of pressure. Like, I understand it was 150 to win on the day 5 and rain spoiled it, but then still we weren't completely sure that we were going to win. It would have been a close call if a few wickets would have fallen. And pitch also tends to get, a little bit more difficult to bat. So that's why. And secondly, since this is going to be a dry pitch, spinners are going to come into play. So I would want our spinners to make the most of it on day 5. That's why we would ideally prefer batting first, so that we get to bowl in the last final inning.
And I hope कि last day बारिश ना हो, जैसे हम लोग जीत रहे हैं and last day just rains. I'm like, what? Why?
And that's England's draw 4 card for movie. That's the main card.
Wild card.
Yeah,
it's like a metaphor. It's like a metaphor for the English team.
Yeah, it is. The rain coming down. Let me tell you how it works, Sanika, right? I love the fact that, our twist of fate, Sanika. I didn't choose to be born in England, but I've been brought up here because Granddad got on a boat and came over, right?
Yeah.
But I'd love to see, if that happened in your fate, you just waking up every day going, why? Why is it raining? I don't understand. Hello, I didn't order this. There's a mistake. Seems to be a mix-up in my delivery. No, you're right. But look, right now, I don't know if it's coming through in the camera as well. The sun has just come out where I'm in London. I'm in East London, about 10 miles from St John's Wood, right, roughly. And what I will say about the weather is it's changing a lot, and it has done a lot of that in the last couple of days. So that pitch would have had a lot of rain, a lot of sun, a lot of rain and a lot of sun over the last few days. But they say, it's going to be a dry pitch. It's going to be a dry pitch for the next few days. So surely that can favour us with our bowling attack, and we do know that our batting is stronger than theirs. So does it really matter who goes first, Nitish, and who wins the toss?
Okay, before talking about toss, I want to mention two things here. First is that Trench Bridge in the previous series, we only won the Trent Bridge test, so we should not be very pleased by the fact that we have started really well in the series or all that, right? Second one is let's talk about some of the average batting scores. It goes down when it's in loads, and on final innings around 150-155 is the average score. So I think batting second would be tricky on this track, and it is. It is said that on the fourth and the fifth day, the pitch would be really dry and it will be really slow to bat. So I still feel India, the strength is batting. Of course, the midfield is not. Midfield. For football, middle order is not firing right now. But we should capitalize on our strength. Virat Kohli, if he wins the toss, he should bat first. And I think this is a stage for him. And with Pujara, we already addressed. With Rahane, we both are under pressure. Even captain is under pressure. We are not clicking. So win the toss, bat first, put 400 on the board, match is yours. Anything above 350, I think the match is yours.
Right? Is that achievable though, Kunal, or is that just wishful thinking?
It's obviously challenging. I mean, so the big question is whether Broad and Anderson are going to play, because there's some news, there's some buzz that these two are injured. So
they're not playing.
Is it confirmed that they are just
I just read just 10 minutes ago. So.
Oh, great! So 350 should be achievable, and we'll totally get there.
Oh, wow! Okay, so the stage is set. It's all looking good. I just want to shout out. Someone says we defeated Australia 4-0.
4-1.
This Partha saying as well. Hello to Fagulu as well, who's going India. Hello to all of you. Fagulu, am I saying it right? Fagalu. Who is it?
Probably. Let's call
Desai.
Yeah, let's call Desai. That's the surname. Yeah.
Fine. I just want to do the proper shout out. Thank you. As always, keep your comments coming in. We are going to check in with the guys at the ground in just a moment. The Bharat Army boys are there making the noise and getting all ready for it. But let's just take a quick look at our playing 11. This is our side that we will be putting out there. Boys and girls, talk me through that. Sunny, let's hear from you first of all. We've got a little question mark in there as well. What do you see?
Well, for me, I think I'll be going with Ishant Sharma because, given the fact that he has performed really well in these sort of conditions, in 2014, he did really well. In 2018, he improved a lot more than that. And, we can expect that much of improvement in this series also, because he is getting much improved as he's aging. So, they say, the wine gets tasty with its age, Ishant Sharma is getting right at there on the top with his age. So for me, picking up Ishant Sharma, and because that will provide extra bit of cushion to our fast bowlers, Bumrah, Shami and Siraj. We're playing three fast bowlers. Having Ishant Sharma will provide a bit of cushion to, let's say Shami who's bowled, let's say 15-16 overs. Then you can give him a rest for 5 to 10 overs and Ishant can take over, and then you can just shuffle them around really well. So that extra fourth seamer will provide the depth with the new ball and also extra bit of cushion to our bowling.
Nitish, you did like a Sopranos style agreeing there, like I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that to some extent, but there might be some elements that you're not quite comfortable with.
Yes, the second statement. Yeah, second statement is more appropriate here. No, actually, the point of fourth seamer is okay to me, but it means we are not keeping Ashwin again in the team. Of course, he's such a talent, and Ravindra Jadeja, of course, he's already in the team. We cannot keep him out. He's kind of a player. We cannot keep him out. Ashwin he was the leading wicket taker in the first edition of WTC for us. So I don't know how we're gonna make selection, or we can have another option. We can keep Siraj out or keep Ishant Sharma in, but it'll be really harsh for Siraj because he's improving, he's doing good. So to be frank with you, I'm really confused, and I don't know how the management gonna make those changes. So I don't know.
It would feel very harsh to not let Siraj have a run out after the way he's playing. But what's going through the minds of our numbers 3s and 4s, of your Rahanes and Pujaras? What will they be thinking right now, Kunal? And everyone's sort of saying, it's time to perform, Tanaka. It's time to kind of bring out, what you've got. What goes through a player's mind now pre this test at Lord's?
So, Tommy, before that, I would like to add up to Nitish and Sunny what they mentioned regarding it's in place of Shardul who steps in. For me, it has to be Ashwin, but then we have to get an Ishant Sharma as well. That's exactly what Nitish mentioned. And ideally, I would prefer Siraj resting because it's a long tour and he has to stay fit as well. So we have to consider 5 test matches, and Shami is accustomed to these long tours. He's played a lot. And Siraj recently made a debut, so it will be safe for us if we have him rested for a match, and then he joins in again for the next one. So that can work out. And Tommy, your question now.
No, is that Rahane, Pujara? What's going through their mind as they become selected now for this squad? Because I'm just thinking in general, when we're looking at the whole squad and when we're looking at what we've seen so far, we've seen brilliant bowling, some great openers, but just if there was one area to pick up on, it's our 3, 4, and 5. In terms of batting. So what do those players do? What's going through their mind? What do you want to see? What would you want to say to them, I suppose, from the fan point of view?
So right now, like every player in the playing 11 right now, be it the bowlers or the batsmen, specifically the middle order batsmen, are really experienced. Like Virat, Pujara and Rahane. Like these 3 batsmen are these are the pillars of Indian batting right now. And these 3 are faltering that. And even though they are faltering, we are doing well. So if they play well, so there's no pressure on them to perform to the best. Even if they perform average, that's fine. So they don't need to bat exceptionally well and everything. They just need to focus, take one ball at a time, and focus on scoring those runs. So it would have been really good because Pujara was on the crease on day 5, but then day 5 didn't happen. So because Pujara was he could have actually regained his touch on that day. So there was no much pressure. All he had to do was anchor the innings. But then if we would have played that 5th day, if there were no rains, then probably Pujara we would have said, Pujara is in good touch now.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got we're going to cross over to the Bharat Army guys and girls who are all there at the ground. Sun is shining. It's 10:22 in the morning right now here in London town, and here are our BA boys doing what they do. Come on, Team India. Let's see you boys. Where are you?
Guys, welcome back. We are live for the second test at Lord's at the home of cricket. Overcast conditions here. The weather's changing as often as anything. Actually, there's been a lot of debate about some of the forced changes for both England and India. Broad's out. I think he got a bit offended with some of our chants. Jimmy might be here. We're not too sure. And Thakur's out as well. Thoughts on the lineup, mate?
Yeah, I think, Broad being out is actually hurting India. He didn't bowl well at all in the first test. We'd have fancied our chances against Broad. They've got a good bench, Saqib and Mark Wood. Obviously, if Jimmy is out, that's a big win for India. He caused us all sorts of trouble in the first test. Shardul being out, wish him a speedy recovery, but I don't think he would have started anyway. I think it's important to get Ashwin and Ishant Sharma back in for this test.
So, Ishant and Ashwin, who do you think is going to go on the bench for one of these 2 guys to come in?
I think it might be Siraj that has to miss out. He bowled really, really well in the first test, but I think you need Ishant's experience here at Lord's, with the slope as well. And I think they picked Siraj in the first test to allow Ishant to play in this test. There'll be a bit of rotation given Ishant's age, and you're not going to drop Shami or Bumrah. So I think we're going to start with 2 spinners, Jadeja, Ashwin, and the 3 seamers, Bumrah, Shami, and Ishant Sharma.
Probably agree with you there. Looking at the conditions, very overcast. As I mentioned, the weather forecast is changing significantly. We were supposed to come in shorts. That obviously didn't happen. Would you like India to battle bowl if we win the toss on the assumption we can win the toss?
Yeah, well, we're expecting sunny conditions. I don't think it will be a bad toss to lose actually, because the sun will come out at some point. Ideally, I wanted to bat first, get runs on the board, but given the overcast conditions this morning, there's a bit of rain in the air, lots of moisture. I'd probably bowl today, get early wickets. I think the ball will be doing all sorts this morning.
And who do you think is going to be the danger man in, from a bowling perspective for India?
Well, it's got to be Bumrah. With the way he bowled last Test, it was unbelievable. So all our hopes are with Bumrah again. Even Shami supporting him, and it'll be interesting to see what Ishant does. He always does well at Lords. So if we do bowl first, we've got the attack to cause real damage to the weak England batting lineup.
Yeah. And just looking back at the first Test, right, I think apart from a few sessions, India were probably on top for the majority of the game. It's a shame we didn't get a result, but I'm sure the boys will be buzzing and Bharat Army will be here making some noise.
100%. I think going into Lords in previous years, we've never been really too confident. This is the most confident I've ever been going into Lords. I think India did themselves really, really proud in the first Test. A shame we didn't get the win because of the weather. But I'm very, very confident India can win the series and start with a 1-0 win at Lords today.
Come on, boys, that's us from Lords. Come on, India!
Come on, India. Come on, India, indeed. I love those guys. That's Amish who's asking the questions and Akshay who's answering the questions. I'm sure, and I know you guys know. But what's funny is Amish is such a mad cricket fan that he's like, right, I've got to ask proper questions. So he's doing his proper questions. And he's like, yeah, come on, India! Now you're back. And did you see the dilemmas? Like, guys, we were supposed to wear shorts and now we're not. These are tactical game plays and strategies that are occurring for the real fans. Sonny, I don't want to know if you're wearing shorts. I want to know if looking at that pitch, you saw anything that stands out now. It was a bit overcast. Like I kept saying, the weather does change a lot very frequently. Happy going into this? Should we be confident going into the second Test? We've got a brilliant side, surely.
Yeah, definitely. We are much more confident than the English side. But as they say, English side always surprises with that one surprise package, whether it be Moeen Ali in 2014, Sam Curran in 2018, and who might know that this could be Saqib Mahmood in this series. So we need to watch out for him if he plays, because he is a very, very good customer of a new ball. He swings the ball really well. He gets the ball to seam in, and also he's got a pretty good height, so he'll get that extra bit of bounce as well. So if you compare that thing with Team India, that's the reason why we need Ishant Sharma, because he's got a height. He is a good customer of a ball when the ball is moving. It's quite humid out there because it's overcast, and as I just checked, it's 84% humid out there. So this much of humidity is really, really helpful for the bowlers. So for me, no matter what happens, if this is the condition, I'm gonna win. If I win the toss, I'm gonna bowl first.
Right. Okay. I know, Kunal, you're not 100% in agreement with that, because you said no. Set the barrier, set the target first. But again, final thoughts from you guys before we get ready for game time.
Yeah, from me?
From yourself.
Okay, yeah. So I'm really excited. I mean, like Amish and Akshay mentioned, like we are probably the best over the years, the best touring sides from India to tour England right now, and we're really confident about it. I'm really concerned about the playing 11 that gets declared and the toss as well, because I genuinely want to win the toss and because see, every time Virat wins, it has been on a toss loss. I want to see how well we can do if we win the toss and set to choose the tone of the match. So that will be really interesting to watch. But then playing 11 also a big question mark for India and England both. As Sunny mentioned, there might be some surprise packages from England that we have to be cautious about. And lastly, weather, like the Bharat Army video, like Sanika mentioned previously, every time Bharat Army video from the stands, I look up at the sky, like is it raining or not? And it did seem clouded. So. And
Yatharth has mentioned it's raining in England again.
Oh, it's not. You know what? Don't listen to Yatharth. I just saw his comment pop up going, it's raining in England again. I live here. I'm looking out my window. It's not raining, okay? because it's England, it's probably raining somewhere. Yes, that's just the way England
Yes,
is.
England is big.
We got good weather for the next few days, and honestly, across all of the British kind of press and media, they're covering the weather, they're covering the test. They're saying we should get 5 days of cricket. We really should. So honestly, don't worry about the weather. It's out of our control. Let's think about our team. Let's think about our game plan. Really, just again from you, Nitish, final point. As we were pretty much from the first test, I say no real need to change anything too drastic. I think that's the general vibe here from the guys.
Yeah. Just no drastic changes as of now in this test as well. There shouldn't be any. We were not. It's not alarming signs or something that we need to address. There are slight changes. Of course, one forced change we have to make. Let's see who we get in. Of course, Ishant Sharma can come in. He has very good record in Lords, 12 wickets in 3 matches. But worrying, before we go off, I just want to make one very interesting stat. Since 2020, beginning of 2020, our 3 main batsmen, Pujara, Kohli, and Rahane, they couldn't even get 600 each in all the test matches. So that's a very big concern. Kohli he couldn't even get 400. So Kohli is down there because he has played only 15 innings, and both of them remaining those guys have played 21 innings and 540 something runs. Both of them are managed. So that's really big concern. We cannot say that in couple of test matches they are not playing. They haven't played well. They're not doing it from last couple of years. And the side who played the final of the WTC and have ambitions to win this one, the second season, I think the middle order should come up. And Lords, we don't have a good record. 18 matches played, only 2 we have won. So we shouldn't be flying high.
Yeah.
It's England. Anything can happen, but I'm pretty sure, as Kunal rightly mentioned, that we have a very good side, the best, I would say, in recent history. So, yes, we should win it. Let's go. Get it.
You see what I did there? You see what I did there, Kunal and Sunny? I just let him carry on talking until he came back to positivity. He tried to do the negative thing. He went, I just want to say the record this, and Kohli's not been firing enough. And then I thought, just leave him for a minute. It's like a relationship. I understand my other half, that is Nitish, and I think he'll come good eventually. And then he went, but we got a lot to prove now, and but in fairness, Nitish, because of all the things that you've said, this is it. Strongest squad that we've seen for a long time. Superb bowling, great openers. If that positivity trickles through, we could take a lot away from Trent Bridge, knowing that we're a solid squad. We've got a lot to offer. I think the stage is set for the home of cricket, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Let the drama begin. Lords, and it's England versus India. The Bharat Army are there. Thank you to Daffa News. Thank you to these wonderful people as well. Keep your comments coming in across this video. Even if somebody gets a strategy wrong and you want to go back and go, ha, you said that and you were wrong, you can do that here. It's all fun, it's all love, and it's all for the love of the game. Enjoy the first day of the second test.
No trash talk. Only negative is we don't have any trash talk here.
No trash. Yeah. It's loving trash is what it is. It's beautiful trash. Thank you, Sunny. Thank you, Kunal and Sanika. And thank you, Nitish. And from the Bharat Army, we'll catch you right here at the end of play for the post-stump show. Catch you then. See you guys.
Bye-bye.